Welcome to Tungal Online Classes. In previous video, we have discussed the relative velocity concept, right? Okay. So today we are going to discuss some NCERT problems. That first one, in which of the following examples of motion can the body can be considered approximately a point object? So here, what do you mean by the point object? Point object. So here the point object means the size of the body or the size of the object, it is very small comparable to the path traveled by the body or distance traveled by the body. In such a cases we are treating that body as a point object. Okay, see here, consider this is a one body or consider this is a ball. The area of this ball is for example 4 meters square, right? So this ball is thrown at a distance of 1 kilometer. At a distance of 1 kilometer means that is 1000 meter, right? So in this case, the ball's area is 4 meters square, but the distance traveled by this body is that is 1000 meter. So comparing with this distance traveled by the body to the size of the body. So here size of the body is very small. In such a cases, we are treating this body as a point object. So point object means the size of the body, it is very small or it is very negligible comparable to the distance traveled by the body. So that body is known as the point object. Okay, see here. So this first example. In second example, consider this is a car. The car is moving from Hubli to Bagalkot. Hubli to Bagalkot. Hubli to Bagalkot. In this case, the distance traveled by this car, it is more comparable to the size of the car. In such a cases, we are treating this car as a point object. The car as a point object. Similarly, if the train is, consider a train, it is traveling from one station to another station. Traveling from one station to another station. In such a cases, the distance between these two stations, it is large comparable to the size of the train. In such a cases, we are treating the train as a point object. Okay, see here, the first point. Okay, a railway carriage moving without jerks between the two stations. So that means the railway carriage, it is moving with a uniform acceleration. It is moving with uniform acceleration. In this case, they are mentioned between the two stations. They are mentioned two stations means the distance between the two stations is more. In such a cases, the size of the railway carriage is very small. So then we are considering the railway carriage as a point object. So railway carriage as a point object. The first one is a point object. Okay. The second one. A monkey sitting on the top of a man cycling smoothly on a circular track. Cycling smoothly on a circular track. Okay, see here. So this is a cycle. A person sitting on the cycle. And here the monkey is sitting on a person. And this person is following the circular path. This person is following the circular path. In such a cases, so the size of this monkey, it is very small comparable to the distance traveled by that cycling man, the distance traveled by that person. In such a cases, the monkey is also considered as a point object. And here the second is also a point object. That is, monkey is sitting on the top of a man cycling smoothly on a circular track. So in this case, the monkey is also considered as a point object because the distance traveled by this person is more comparable to the size of that monkey. Then it is considered as a point object. Right? Okay. Next, third one. A spinning cricket ball that turns sharply on the hitting the ground. That turns sharply on the hitting the ground. Okay, see here. In this case, this is a ground and this is a ball. It hits the ground and it changes its direction. In such a cases, the distance traveled by this ball is very small. So it is easily comparable with the size of that body. In such a cases, we are not considered the ball as a point object. Here, the ball is not a point object. And the last one, a tumbling beaker that has slipped off the edge of a table. Okay, see here, in this case, consider this is a table and this is a ground. If a beaker is placed at the edge of the table, if the beaker is fell down, in such a cases, the height of this table from the ground, it is easily comparable with respect to the size of this beaker. In such a cases, we are cannot be considered as a point object. So here the point object means the size of the body is very small comparable to the distance traveled by the body or the path traveled by the body. In first example, railway carriage moving without jerks between the two stations. In this case, the distance between the two stations is more. So then the railway carriage is considered as a point object. And the second one, a monkey sitting on the top of a man cycling smoothly on a circular track. So here that man is following the circular path. So in such a cases, the distance traveled by the man is more comparable to the size of that monkey. Then monkey is considered as a point object. And the third one, spinning cricket ball that turns sharply on hitting the ground. So here the distance traveled by this ball, it is very small. It is easily comparable with the size of the ball. So then it is not considered as a point object. And last one, a tumbling beaker that has slipped off the edge of the table. So here we place the beaker at the edge of the table. If the beaker is fell down, in such a cases, the height of this table, it can easily comparable with respect to the size of the beaker. So then we are cannot be considered as a point object. Okay, the next one, the position time graph for two children A and B returning from their school O to their homes P and Q respectively are shown in the figure. Choose the correct entries in the bracket below. The first is A bar B lives closer to the school than B bar A. Okay, see here, in this case they are given the position time graph. So here the position of the body is taken along the y-axis and the time is taken along the x-axis. So that is the position time graph, and they are given P and Q is given. P and Q are the homes of A and B child. And here the first one, A bar B lives closer to the school than B bar A. So here the position, the OP value is small comparing to the OQ value. In this case, the P is closer to the O. The P is closer to the origin means then P is closer to the school. So here O indicates that is the school, P and Q indicates that the homes. So for first one, P is closer, or P means that is the home of the first child. So that is A is closer to the school than B. Here the A is closer, A lives closer to the school than B. So this is the first one. And second one, A bar B starts from the school earlier than B bar A. So from the graph, child A starts at t is equal to 0. Child A starts at t is equal to 0. And child B starts at a time t is equal to t seconds. So from this one, we will conclude that the A starts from the school earlier than B. A starts from the school earlier than B. Third one, A bar B walks faster than B bar A. Okay, in this case, the slope of A, it is very small comparing to the slope of B. So slope of B. So here, the slope of the position time graph, that gives the velocity. In this case, the slope of the B, it is more comparing to the slope of A. So then the slope is more means the velocity of the B boy is more comparing to the A boy. Okay, see here, then B walks faster than A. B walks faster than A. So next one, A and B reaches home at the same time or different time. So join this one. So both A and B reaches the home at the same time. A and B reach the home at the same time. And the next one, A bar B overtakes B bar A on the road once or twice. So here the B boy overtakes the A boy once, right? See here, the B overtakes A on the road once. On the road once. The next problem is, a woman starts from her home at 9 a.m., walks with a speed of 5 km per hour on a straight road up to her office 2.5 km away, stays at the office up to 5 p.m. and returns home by an auto with a speed of 25 km per hour. Choose suitable scale and plot the xt graph of her motion. Okay, see here, in this case they are given the speed of a woman is given, so that is speed v is equal to 5 km per hour, and they are given the distance between office and the home is given, so that is distance. In this case we are taken, that is x is equal to 2.5 km. So in this case x is nothing but that is the distance between home and office here. So for example, this is a home and this is a office, right? The distance between the home and the office is, that is 2.5 km. So here first we have to calculate the time taken by the woman to reach office. The time taken by woman to reach office from home, that is equal to, t is equal to, so that is distance divided by speed. So already we know the definition of speed is equal to distance by time, but in this case we want the time is equal to distance by speed. Here distance is given, that is 2.5 km, and speed is 5 km. This is equal to 0.5 hours, right? So convert this 0.5 hours into minutes. So then 0.5 is nothing but that is 1/2, just we are multiply 60 minutes. So this is equal to 30 minutes. So here this is 0.5 hours. To convert hours to minute, just we are multiplying 60 to this term or this value, so then it converts to hours to minutes. So then it becomes 30 minutes, right? So then the woman, she reaches the office at 9:30 a.m. right? She reaches the office at 9:30 a.m. right? Okay. The woman returns home by an auto with a speed of 25 km. Here the speed is, that is 25 km per hour, and the distance is same, that is x is equal to 2.5 km. Here is also we are going to find out the time taken by woman to reach home from office. Okay. The time taken by woman to reach home from office, here is also same, that is t is equal to distance by speed. That is distance is, that is 2.5 and speed 25 meters. So then its value is 0.1 hour. 0.1 hour. So convert this hour into minute, means in that case you are just multiplying 60. Then it converting into minutes. So then it becomes 0.1 into 60 means it is 6 minutes. It is 6 minutes. Okay. So then woman reaches home at 6 minutes, 5 hours and 6 minutes. She reaches the home at 6 p.m. Okay. So here we are going to draw a graph, that is xt graph. Okay. So here the position is taken along y-axis, time is taken along the x-axis. So this is the position, that is x, and the time is taken along the x-axis. So here this is the origin, that is O. So we'll start from this one. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. We will extend this one. 4 and 5. And this is 6. Okay, so here this is 1 and this is 2 and this one is 3. So this becomes 2.5. Okay, here woman leaves her home at 9 and reaches 9:30. So here this is 9 means at this point this is 30. So in between this consists of 10 divisions. So one division value is here, that is 6. One division value is 6. So 5 into 6 means that is 30. So this is the 9:30. Okay, see here the office, the distance is that is 2.5 meter at this position. She leaves the home at 9 a.m. and reaches the office at 9:30. At this point she reaches the office at 9:30 and she stay in office up to 5. After that she leaves the office at 5 and reaches the home at 5:6. So 5 hours 6 minutes. So this is the position time graph. So in this problem they are given a drunkard walking in a narrow lane takes 5 steps forward and 3 steps backward, followed again by 5 steps forward and 3 steps backward, and so on. Each step is 1 meter long and requires 1 second. Plot the xt graph of his motion. Determine graphically and otherwise how long the drunkard takes to fall in a pit 30 meter away from the start. Okay, see here in this case we will consider this is a starting point. So this is the starting point. Here a drunkard, the initially it is moving in a forward 5 steps and backward 3 steps, right? Okay, see here in this case they are given each step is 1 meter. Each step is 1 meter and requires us 1 second. To cover 1 meter it requires a time is 1 second. Okay, see here the first we will consider this is a starting point. So this is the starting point. So from the starting point the drunkard first move 5 steps. So this is first step, second step, third step, fourth step, and this one is the fifth step. This is the fifth step. At this position the time interval is 5 seconds. The time interval is that is 5 seconds. At 5 seconds it covers 5 meter. At 5 seconds it covers 5 meter. So that is 5 meter. Okay. The next he moves 3 steps backward direction. So this in this case we are consider this is the forward direction and this one is the backward direction. Okay, see here. So here from this step a drunkard moves 3 steps in backward direction. So this one step, second step and third step. He now at this position. So here at this position the distance from the initial point is that is 2 meter and the time is here the 5 second and cover 3 meter in backward direction it took 3 second. The total time is that is 8 second. That is 8 second, right? The next, so from this point again the 5 steps in forward direction. So that means so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at this position. At this position of the drunkard is that is 7 meter at the time interval of 8 plus 5. So that is 5 second. So that is total is 13 second. In 13 second that person covers 7 meter. So after that again he moves 3 steps in backward direction. 3 steps in backward direction means so from this point 1, 2, 3 and the position of the drunkard is at this position. This time interval is that is 13 plus 3 is at 16 seconds. At 16 seconds it covers 4 meter. At 16 seconds it covers 4 meter, right? So this is the 4 meter. So next, so from this point again he moves 5 steps forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at this position. So the position is that is 9 meter. and the time interval at this point is at 16 second. 16 plus 5, that is 21 second. The next one, so from this point again he moves 3 steps in backward direction, 1 2 3, and then now the position of the person at this position. So what is the time interval here? The 21 plus 3, that is 24 seconds. In 24 seconds the person is at the position of 6 meter from the origin. So this is 6 meter from the origin. So after that, so again from this one, so 6 means again he follow 5 steps forward, 1 2 3 4 5. So now the person at this position means that is 11 meter, and the time is 24 plus, this is 24. At this position to cover 5 steps he took 5 seconds. So then the total time interval is, that is 29 seconds, that is 29 seconds. So after that again he moves 3 steps in backward direction, 1 2 3. So now the position of the person is this one, so that is 8 meter. In 29 plus 3 means that is 32 second. In 32 second the drunkard covers 8 meter distance from the origin, right? So after that, so from this one again 5 steps back forward, 1 2 3 4 5. At this position the 5 steps means that is 13 meter at the time interval of 32. At this position is the time interval is 32 second plus 5 means that is 37 seconds, that is 37 seconds. At 13 meter he fell down, at the 13 meter he fell down at the time interval of 37 seconds. Okay, so here we will write the tabular column here. This is a position in meter, the time is in second. So the first one, in 5 second he cover 5 meter, the time interval, the first will take the at 0 second, the position is also at 0. So after that we'll take 5 second he covers 5 meter, 5 seconds 5 meter. The next one, in 8 second he covers 2 meter. The next one, 13 second he covers 7 meter. The next one, in 16 second he covers 4 meter, this is 4. Next one, in 21 second he covers 9 meter. After that, in 24 second he covers 6 meter. After that, in 29 second he covers 9 meter. So after that, in 32 seconds he covers 8 meter. After that, in 37 meter, that is in 37 second he covers 13 meter. At 13 meter he fell down. Okay, so now we'll draw a position time graph. So already we know that the position with respect to time values. Okay, here we'll consider along the y-axis, that is a position, and along the x-axis we are consider that is a time in seconds. Okay, see here. So the first one, at 0 second the position of the body is also 0. So at this position, at 0 time the position is also at 0, right? So after that, at 5 seconds the body covers 5 meter. So this is 5 and this is also 5. At 5 second it covers 5 meter. So after that, at 8 second it covers 2 meter. 8 means, so this is 5. 8 means the approximately at this point. This is. Next, for 13 second it covers 7 meter. This is the 13. 13 means here this is the 7. Next one, for 16 second it covers 4 meter. So this is 15 and maybe at this position is the 16. For 16 it covers 4 meter at this position. Next, for 21 it covers 9. 21, the 9 means at this position. Next, for 24 the 6. For 24 approximately at this point, this is 6. And for 29, 11 meter, this is 30 means here the 29. 29, so at this point is 11. Next, for 32 covers 28 minutes. For 32 seconds it covers 8 minutes. 32 it covers 8 minutes, sorry 8 seconds. For 37 it covers 13 meter, so 13 may be at this position. So now we'll join all the points. Okay, now we'll join all the points, we'll get the graph like this. Now we'll get the graph like this. The next problem is a car moving along a straight highway with a speed of 126 km per hour is brought to stop within a distance of 200 meter. What is the retardation of the car assumed to be uniform, and how long does it take for the car to stop? Okay, see here. So in this problem they are given the speed is given, that is v is equal to 126 kilometer per hour. Convert this 126 kilometer per hour 126 kilometer per hour into meter per second. For this one just we are multiplying by 5 by 18, so then its value is, that is 35 meter per second. And they are given distance is given here, s is equal to distance, that is 200 meter. So this is the s is equal to distance, that is 200 meter. So here we are going to find the retardation of a car. So retardation of a car is nothing but there is acceleration, that is negative acceleration. A is equal to question mark. And how long does it take for the car to stop? Then t is equal to question mark. So already we know that the equation of motion, here we are using the equation, that is v square minus u square is equal to 2as, right? So here the initial velocity of that car is given, that is 126 km per hour. If we convert this one, that gives the 35 meter per second. So this is the initial velocity. So let us assume that this is the u. U is equal to, that is initial velocity. And here the brought to stop means, that is the final velocity v is equal to 0. The final velocity v is equal to 0. So substitute here, v means that is the final velocity, that is 0, 0 square is 0, u square, so that is 35 whole square, that is equal to 2 into a, as it is, into distance is, that is 200 meter, then a is equal to 35 square divided by 400. This is equal to, here this minus sign is as it is, so minus 35 whole square divided by 400. So this value is, that is minus 3.0625 meter per second square. Meter per second square. So this is the acceleration or the retardation, right? So retardation value is, that is minus 3.0625 meter per second square. And next we are going to find the time. So t value, for this one we are using the formula v is equal to u plus at. So here v value is 0, then u is equal to, that is 35 meter per second, plus a value is minus 3.0625 into time is as it is. So then it becomes minus 35 is equal to minus 3.062 into t. Here minus and minus get cancelled. Then t is equal to 35 divided by 3.02, that is equal to 11.43 seconds. So this is the time and this is a retardation. Okay, we'll see the next problem. Two trains A and B of length 400 meter each are moving on two parallel tracks with a uniform speed of 72 km per hour in the same direction. With A ahead of B, the driver of B decides to overtake A and accelerates by 1 meter per second square. If after 50 seconds the guard of B just brushes past the driver of A, what was the original distance between them? What was the original distance between them? Okay, see the problem here. So in this problem they are given two trains. So two trains, the length of the two trains is same, that is 400 meter, and the both the trains are moving the same speed, that is 72 km per hour, and in the same direction. Both the trains are moving the same direction with A ahead of B. Okay, see here. So consider this is train A. This is train A It is moving with a speed of 72 kilometer per hour, and this is the train B. Both are moving in the parallel tracks, right? So it is also moving with the same speed, that is 72 kilometer per hour, right? And the length of each train is, that is 400 meter. Okay, see here. So in this case, we are going to find out the original distance between these two trains, right? So afterwards, the driver of train B decides to overtake the train A. In that case, he is accelerating train by 1 meter per second, right? So here we are going to find out what is the original distance between these two trains. For train A, for train A. So they are given the initial speed, that is 72 kilometer per hour. So convert this 72 kilometer per hour into meter per second. For that one, just we are multiplying 5 by 18. Then it converts from kilometer per hour to meter per second. So in that case, its answer is, that is 20 meter per second. So 20 meter per second, and the time interval is given, that is t is equal to 50 seconds. That is equal to 50 seconds. So here first we are going to find out the distance covered by the train A. The distance covered by train A. So that is equal to S is equal to ut plus half at square. In this case, we are using this expression to calculate the distance. So here for train A, we are considering this thing S1 into U into T plus 1 by 2 A into T square. So here the initial speed is given, that is 20 meter per second, and time is also given, that is 50 seconds. But here they are mentioned the train is moving with a constant speed or uniform speed. In that case, if an object or the body is moving with a uniform speed, so then the acceleration of that body or the object is 0. If an object is moving with a uniform speed, then acceleration is 0. Okay, substitute the values here. This is S1 is equal to U value is, that is 20 meter per second, time is 50 second plus 1 by 2 as it is, the acceleration is 0, and this is 50 square. So 0 into any term is 0. So then S1 is equal to 50 into 20, that is 1000 meter. This is 1000 meter. So this S1 value is 1000 meter. Okay. For train B, for train B. So here they are given initial speed is 72 kilometer per hour. Convert this into meter per second, then its value is 20 meter per second, and acceleration is given 1 meter per second square, and the time is given, that is 50 seconds. So substitute the values and find out the distance covered by the train B. Distance covered by the train B. So that is S2 is equal to ut plus half at square. Substitute the value here. U is 20, time is 50 plus 1 by 2 as it is, acceleration 1 meter per second square, then 50 square. The time is 50 second, 50 square. So simplify this one, we will get the answer is, that is 2250 meter. So 2250 meter. So this is the S2 value. So then the distance, or then the original distance between the train, so that is S is equal to S2 minus S1. Here S2 value is 2250 meter minus S1 value is, that is 1000 meter. So this value is 1250 meter. So this is the original distance between the two trains. The next problem. On two-lane road, a car A is traveling with a speed of 36 km/h per hour. Two cars B and C approaches the car A in opposite direction with a speed of 54 km/h each. At certain instant, when the distance AB is equal to AC, both being 1 km, B decide to overtake A before C does. What is minimum acceleration of a car B is required to avoid an accident? Okay, see here. In the list out the given data. So given data, first one is the speed of a car A. Here V suffix A indicates that the speed of a car A, that is 36 kilometer per hour. Convert this into meter per second, just multiplying 5 by 18 to this term. So then it converting to kilometer per hour to meter per second. So its value is 10 meter per second. And the next one, the speed of a car B and the car C both are same. So that is 54 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour, convert this into meter per second. 54 into 5 by 18, that is equal to 50 meter per second. So the speed of a car A and the speed of a car C, so that is 15 meter per second. Okay, see here in this problem they are given. So this is a car A, and the car A is moving in this direction with a speed of 10 meter per second, and car B and car C both are approaching the car A in opposite direction. Okay, see here. So this is a car B, it is moving with a speed of 15 meter per second, and this is a car C, it is moving opposite direction, it is also moving with a speed of 15 meter per second. At particular instant, the distance between AB, at particular distance, the distance between AB, that is equal to distance between AC. So this is 1 kilometer. So this is 1 kilometer, right? So in this case, we are going to find out what is the minimum acceleration of a car B to avoid an accident. The first we are going to find out what is the relative velocity of car A with car B with respect to car A. The relative velocity of car B with respect to A, and the second one we are going to find out the relative velocity of a car C with respect to A. So in this case they are given speed, but we are taking the concept of the relative velocity. In one dimension case, speed and velocity both are same. So this is the one dimension case, right? So in this case the speed and the velocity both are same. Okay, see here. The first we are going to find out the relative velocity of car B with respect to A. So that is VBA. So VBA indicates that the relative velocity of a B with respect to A, already we know that. So in this case both are moving in the same direction, means that is VB minus VA. That is VB minus VA. That is equal to VB value is, that is 15 meter per second, minus the VA value, velocity of first car is 10. So this is equal to 15 minus 10, that is equal to 5 meter per second. The relative velocity of a car B with respect to A is 5 meter per second. So next one, relative velocity of car C with respect to A. So that is equal to, so here the relative velocity C with respect to A, car C with respect to A. So in this case the car A is moving in this direction, car C is moving in opposite direction. So then the formula is, that is the relative velocity of a car A C plus the relative velocity of a car C with respect to A, that is equal to Vc plus Va. So both are moving in opposite direction, means in that case the velocity of a car C plus the velocity of a car A. See here, so velocity of a car C already known, so that is 15 plus the velocity of a car A is, that is 10, so that is equal to 25 meter per second. So this is the relative velocity of a car C with respect to A, that is 25 meter per second, and this is the relative velocity of a car B with respect to A, that is 5 meter per second. Okay, At certain instant, both car B and C are at the same distance from car A, right? Okay, see here, at a certain instant, both cars B and C are the same distance, are the same distance from from car A. So that is distance S is equal to 1 kilometer, that is equal to 1000 meter. So then time taken by car C to cover 1000 meter. So that is equal to, so already we know that speed is equal to distance by time. So here they are given distance is also known and the relative velocity is also known. Here we are going to find out the time is, that is the distance is 1000 divided by the speed is 25. So then the time is, that is 40 seconds. The time is 40 seconds. Okay, see it. So that S is equal to ut plus half at square. With the help of this formula, we are going to find out the what is the minimum acceleration of a car to avoid an accident. Okay, sir, already we know the distance is known, that is 1000 meter or 1 kilometer, and the time already we are calculated, that is 40 seconds. That is 40 seconds. Then initial u means that is the relative velocity between the body, the car B with respect to A, that is 5 meter per second. So substitute the values here, that is 1000 meter, that is equal to, this is 5 into 40 plus 1 by 2 as it is, into acceleration as it is, and the time is, that is 40 square. Okay, so this is 1000 as it is, 5 into 4, that is 5 into 40 is, that is 200 plus 1 by 2 as it is, acceleration as it is, and this is 40 square, that is 1600. Then 1000 is equal to 200 plus, so this is 800 into A. So next take this 200 this side, so that is 1000 minus 200 is equal to 800 into A. So then A is equal to 800 divided by 800. So then acceleration is, that is 1 meter per second square. So the car B acceleration is, that is 1 meter per second square to avoid an accident. So we are solved so many numericals in the NCERT books. So still some more examples are left. So those are homework. Try yourself. If you have any doubts, ask me. We are completing the third chapter, that is the motion in a straight line. Thank you.